This content is for kids.
It's not for kids.
Isn't that what I said?
No, it's not for kids. If you are 13 years or younger, this is not for you. Do I have to kill somebody in order to actually make that point across?
No, man, you don't have to kill
Wait
no
a
one.
second.
No.
We return to our planet. The High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings everyone, and welcome back to another episode of SeptumSin versus the World. I'm SeptumSin, and I'm here to show you what I got.
Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a mishmash of things here and there, but there's one in particular that I just got, and I'm kind of mad, but it's whatever. And that is, I finally got my Zen Grip 2 from Satisfy, the special Beat-em-Ups edition, which, if you don't know Beat-em-Ups, it's a Switch-oriented channel, pretty big. He likes to use a lot of clickbaity type photos for his stuff, but most of them do try and play the algorithm. And, you know, it's got his colors on it. I ordered it because it was going to come first, and first apparently meant in September, when I was told it could be in late July, no, August. Okay, which I really wanted on the cruise because I have a Switch 2. It's a big boy. It is a big boy. And I really wanted to take it with me, but I wanted something that I knew was there. And I've got a Satisfy grip for my Switch, for the original, and it works so well. And I really didn't want to go with something lower grade, so I was wanting to go. So it comes with this like beat-em-ups style case, which is very very durable. The case comes here with a place where you can store your games. Has a nice little thing for any type of extras that you might want to add. Cord, especially the cord. And of course, the beat-em-ups themed grip. Now this is actually quite a comfortable grip, and unlike the original one where the Wiimotes would slide off, because the Switch 2, for those of you who know, the Switch 2 is magnetized, they don't slide off like that anymore. So actually putting it on doesn't do jack to the Wiimotes, to these controllers. And as you can see, it fits very well, fits very comfortably, and it's much more comfortable than just gripping it with my hands. I do like that it's got some nice air control, it's got some little vents here, it makes sure that there's perfect flow, and if I want to carry it around, it fits perfectly in the case. So, again, I'm glad to have it. I'm not traveling with my Switch anytime soon, but maybe. I'm going to a friend's wedding not too long in the future, so maybe I'll bring it along with me and test out the little case and all that stuff. So let's go with what most people are here for, and that is my movies. I've got a mishmash of things here. So let's start off with some of my last multi-packs, and I'm kind of glad about that. And right here I have a Trauma multi-pack, which is Zombies vs. Satan. So this double feature includes Wise Guys vs. Zombies and Meat for Satan's Icebox. Now, Trauma does a lot of production on different stuff. It's not all Lloyd Kaufman's work, but they approve certain things, and these are kind of cool. I like that they release these. And some of these are very fun. I mean, Bloodhook was on something like this, and I love Bloodhook. So this looks very fun. Wise Guys vs. Zombies, Freddy 6 Times, and August Mirabella are two of New York's most feared hitmen. They're delivering a package to Miami, but the package contains a deadly secret. After inevitably releasing the plague in the form of the Walking Dead, the hitman must rely on their wit and new catch of firepower to defeat the nemesis and complete the delivery before the mob and the Cuban mafia whack 'em. So basically, mobsters versus zombies. Then we've got Meat for Satan's Icebox. After murdering the headmistress of her Catholic school, Cindy is kidnapped by the owners of Satan's Icebox, the local deli. Ah, a nice name for a deli. What she learns is that the inhabitants of Satan's place aren't just buying meat from the slaughterhouse, they're buying the flesh of runaways. Very cool. Looks like there's a Lloyd Kaufman appearance in this. Very nice. He'll even do introductions for some of these. Lloyd Kaufman is one of the earliest examples of somebody who really supports indie filmmakers. Amazing individual. I never got to meet the man myself, but I did get very close to doing it because I helped engineer an interview with him. I just wasn't the one who did the interview. This next one is one I made myself because they do not have physical releases except for one, which is this little YouTuber disc, which has the Alex Leba movie 1 and 2, and Happy Console Gamer movie. The Happy Console Gamer movie does exist on DVD, but those DVDs were limited print, came up before I even knew about Happy Console Gamer, and that was sad. Alex Leba movie, I tried to get him to put it out on a physical media disc, and he has been like, nah, I wouldn't do anything. So I made one myself so I could have it, done. I printed off a little thing here, did a little back to it, and let's talk about Happy Console Gamer movie. I like this guy. He does pretty good stuff. It's fun video game content, and he made a movie, and it's kind of fun. It's about a rare video game and wacky adventures. It's old school YouTube, and old school YouTube is fun. The Alex Leba movie is kind of a journey of self-discovery of him trying to figure out what his channel is, how his life is. If you want to hear more about that, check out the channel Schlockaholics. It's sadly a dead channel, but our look into the Alex Leba movie was really good. It was really in-depth. Alright, now, a group of, speaking of indie, we have X-Strike Studios has been hacked. So we basically have a bunch of their shorts that they put on a DVD. I wanted to complete my X-Strike collection. They still sell stuff on their site. Just type in X-Strike Studios, and you can still get some of their movies and stuff. They do a lot of video game parody movies. If you haven't checked them out, you should. They're fun. I haven't seen this one, so I'm actually looking forward to that. Alright, so some anime. A lot of this pile is high because I got a bunch of stuff that's in common. So I got a lot of Case Closed stuff that was released. They've been trying to release some of the stuff as a trickle. And this Case Closed is the Americanized version of what they call Detective Conan elsewhere. It's about this boy genius who is a detective, and he is a teenager, and he ends up getting hit by these like mobster type fellows and de-aged, where he's poisoned. So now he's a little kid who's hidden his identity, and he's trying to catch these killers. But on the way, he's solving a lot of murders, and there's a lot of distraction apparently for him because he hasn't gotten back to it. And this is a series that has more episodes than One Piece. So we got the Blue Fist of Sapphire. We've got Zero, the Enforcer. We've got Sunflowers of Inferno. And finally, The Darkest Nightmare. It's kind of cool to have these. It brings me up to date with what's released in America. I one day have hopes of maybe Discotheque somehow licensing it and just doing like these giant drops of episodes. It would still take a long time. I mean, they still drop an episode like batches of 50 to 100, but that's still going to take a long time to get all of it out, because we're talking over 1,000. But I would love to have the whole series. It would be nice. IP Man. This is a series I have yet to watch anything of. But let's talk about some of these movies. IP Man is kind of this fictional account of basically the guy who trained Bruce Lee. And the man himself does it. Well, he's passed by now, but he did exist. But I would say that his ability was a little bit exaggerated. So we have The Legend is Born, IP Man. So we got the original film on Blu-ray. IP Man, The Awakening. IP Man, The Final Fight. And finally, IP Man 4, the finale, which is not the finale. So, I think that's most of the IP Men movies. I have a few more that I've already shown in previous videos. So, I've got 90% of them. One of these days I'm going to just break down and watch them. I've heard they're good. I mean, look at me, I'll probably open it up and be like, oh, I hate these, you know. I don't know. I don't think I will, but you never know. So next up is, well, just because I've caught up to all of this already, I think that I might as well get these done. And that is One Piece Volume 38. These are of the 20-some episode volumes. And this takes me from episode 917 to 940. Almost to that 1,000 episode cap. And so it's kind of good to have it. I'm hoping, I mean, I keep worrying that they're going to stop making Blu-ray before they finish the series off. Though I've heard that he's taking another break from writing, and Oda is hopefully getting to the point where he's like, okay, I'm ready to wrap this up. They're in the final storyline, supposedly, so we'll see. I did get this recently. This is Elio, which is the newest Pixar film. When I was doing prep for a procedure, I won't talk about that more than that, I was up all night. So I finally watched Cars 3, and I managed to catch myself up to all of Pixar. I just was resistant because it was Cars, and I didn't like Cars 2. So Cars 3 was okay. That's about as much as I could say about that. But of course I'm behind again because Elio came out this year. I am curious about it. It's a sci-fi type thing. I understand what they say about the Pixar movies kind of looking alike, because they seem to have a similar style for the last few movies, have been very identical looking. But still, I am very curious. I do want to see it. I was elsewhere when I saw this advertised. I was in a mall or something somewhere that wasn't here. Oh, I was in Europe when they were advertising for this. So I'm kind of glad that this finally came out. I do have it, and I'm looking forward to it. Now we're going to go a little bit less recent, and that is Eddie Murphy Raw. Now, there are some of you who know Eddie Murphy from all the family movies like Nutty Professor and Haunted Mansion, all the child-friendly movies. But before that, he was a shock-style comedian. And this was one of his most famous stand-up routines. My father actually attempted to show me that with cutting a lot of the cursing and stuff from it, which meant I guess he showed me about 5 minutes of it. But I really do need to see this in its entirety, unedited, just so I can, try and enjoy it. And this is something that's just more of a memory thing, so I do want to finally see one of his most famous stand-up routines and see what it was about, finally. in the time. It's definitely not one I would show kids. Also, again, cleanup. We've got Dragon Ball Super Superhero, which is the only Dragon Ball Super I've ever watched. I mean, the other two movies I watched were Dragon Ball Z movies. They just covered what Super covered on the first parts. So this is the only one I've watched. It's actually kind of fun. It's about these like engineered superheroes. It stars Gohan. I enjoyed this one a bunch. I really do need to watch Super. I just haven't gotten into a Dragon Ball mood. I've watched all of it but Super, and I didn't watch the Broly movie. So I just need to do it. Need to just bite the bullet and watch it. I've got the whole thing, well, before they start releasing it again. So, yeah. But this one was a fun movie. I did enjoy this movie. So this one actually was worth some time. And kind of like, and it is kind of fun having Gohan and having a movie that's not like Goku centric. It's, Gohan centric, and that was fun. So we have a romantic comedy series called Teasing Master Takagi-san. Now, this is one that they had an error at Best Buy a while back, where they were selling the first season for like $2.99 or something like that. Well, they immediately canceled all the people who got it and put it up for like $49.99. I was like, well, heck with that. Well, so I decided, I will finally collect this. So this has been kind of sitting here for a while. And then the next thing they released was Season 3 from Sentai. And then they released the movie, and then they haven't released anything more from that. Now, that bugged me a lot. And I said, what happened with Season 2? I found out Season 2 was stuck on streaming, and they signed a contract saying that we cannot make a physical release of Season 2, so Season 2 may forever be lost, and this may be all the series you can see. So I ended up getting a bootleg that has all of the series on it, including Season 2, and I'll probably keep that as a placeholder. I have these as my legit stuff, so I can say I've been supportive of the series. And once Season 2, or if it ever comes out officially on physical, I will drop that bootleg in the garbage, and I will keep all of those. So I'm prepped for that, hoping one day we'll actually get to see all the series released. Well, that was it. I hope you've enjoyed this massive pickup. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and share. And of course, let me know in the comments, what did you pick up? What did you have? I'm very curious. I'm sure it was something very fun. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
SeptumSin versus the world. It's that place for all the boys and girls. You'll feel real safe, you'll feel real warm. It's a cozy place to ride out the storm. SeptumSin. SeptumSin and his best boy Jake see the trends that scare us every day. Physical media is going to the side. Doctor streaming will rule the world in time.